And welcome back to Layer, ladies and gentlemen, builders and buildettes. I am Hulk, and today we are joined by...
Bulk.
Hey, welcome back. Where have you been?
Busy. Lego cities don't build themselves. Somebody has to plan them out. And I was busy planning.
Okay.
Yeah. But today I have a challenge for you.
Oh boy.
I'm actually here with a challenge. I've seen your videos. I've seen you getting better at building. And I felt I felt a little bit out of touch. So I myself decided over the week to build a building off camera. And it was a little bit challenging for me. So I thought, why not introduce it to you as a challenge? So I have got a brand new kit for you to build. Now, this is a third-party brickable model. It is from Funwhole. Should be Whole Fun, but it says Funwhole. And it's the Delight Day and Night set. And it is the wooden cabin. And it was a little bit challenging for me. I'll give you a couple of things. I did not build the LED kits that came with the kit because it was a little bit above what I could do. That's number one, because I don't really build a lot of Lego, or I don't really build a lot of brickable models. And I was very curious as to how you'd perform with it.
Boy.
So here you go.
Fun. Well, that's what I'll be doing today. And let's take a look. Alright, well, after taking a quick look at the box, again, this comes from Funwhole. It is the Delight Day and Night series. This one specifically is the Wood-Cabin Retro House, kit number FH9001. It's got 2,097 pieces, and it's rated for 8+. Now, Bulk previously said that he struggled with the LED kits. So I don't know what kind of 8-year-olds are building these. Okay, but I'm a bit over 8, and I think I should be doing all right. Famous last words. Let's take a look at the back. It does look like, as suggested by the series name, Day and Night. You can enjoy this in day and night because it lights up. But aside from that, you got a little bit more information on the bottom of the box. Stands at 8 inches tall and 10 by 10 at the bottom. Aside from that, not much else on the box, aside from the fact that it tells you not to choke, which hasn't been a problem so far, but today could be a new day. We won't know until we start, so let's begin. Okay, and we're back. Might not be able to tell from the angle of the camera, but there are a lot more bags than I'm normally used to, and a lot more bags than I hoped there would be. This is a very thick book. Oh, there are stickers as well. Small little sheet here. Thank you for choosing us. Okay. And instructions on the LED kit. Now, these instructions are fairly short, but I assume requires a lot of finger dexterity. We'll see. A little intro about Funwhole, and everything looks like a normal instruction manual. We are looking at 350 steps. 350 steps, and it doesn't tell me how many pages there are, I believe. No, not at all. So all I know is 350 steps, very thick booklet, and let's get started. Alright, let's get into some close-ups of this cabin. Starting from the front, we've got a bit of gardening area, gardening tools that actually come out. The front porch, we have a little log cabin here with some logs on the inside. On the side here, more gardening tools up against the side of the building. All the way to the back. Back does actually open up for you to see the inside. A little dark, but what can you do? Moving on to the next side. A little sheep to stare at you. Lights that actually work. And a tree that is extremely fragile and may or may not be here by the end of the video. And that is the outside. We can take a deeper look on the inside because the roof comes off really easily. I just hope it stays together. Oh, gonna have to remove these two first. And the roof. Alright, so starting from the top we have the, I guess, bedroom. We've got a random cat here, a working table, very nice bed that's put together. This is supposed to light up, unfortunately does not. These two strips are supposed to light up these triangular bits. They unfortunately don't work. And this nightstand is supposed to light up as well. Again, doesn't work. The lights work on the first floor, the lights work on the outside. Unfortunately, this build, for whatever reason, doesn't allow for the lights to turn on anywhere past the first floor, including these two, I believe. Now, if we take a look around, a little deeper look, a brightened look on the main floor, there is kitchen area, eating table, kind of living room with a rocking chair, furnace that does light up, a little bit of a bookshelf, stereo all the way to the back, stairs that go up to the second floor, as well as a walk-in bathroom. Nothing too out of the ordinary in terms of living quarters and inside of a building. We've seen a lot of these with our other builds as well. All of these illustrations here, the top of the record, the keys in the wallet, those are all stickers. Stickers in this build wasn't too bad. The only thing that was worse than the stickers was all the wiring, which only turned out to work half the time. There's a basement as well. Let's try taking off this top bit. Not much to see down here. The green patch is where you could keep a battery pack to light up everything else if you don't want an external battery source. But aside from that, stairs that go up to the main floor, a little bit of decorations, loose decorations, and that is it. Let's see if we can put all this back together. That went on fairly well. I suspect the roof, not so much. And ta-da. And we're back. I am Hulk.
I am Bulk.
Alright, and we have separately completed our 2 wooden cabins.
Well, I gave you a challenge to build this wooden cabin.
Yes. This is your first building, correct?
So I don't normally build a lot of bricks. I do collect a lot, but I don't really build a lot. And so I decided to take a stab at building bricks.
Yep.
And I decided to start with this wooden cabin from...
Alright, and how's your first impression of building buildings?
So, well, okay, so let me get your take on it first, and then I'll tell you what I felt as a complete amateur, because you've actually been building a little bit. I know Salk does a lot of the major builds, but is this your first modular kind of building you've built, or?
No, not really.
Oh yeah, you did the Kata coffee shop.
Yeah,
and,
those had the
right.
tops that come off and the
So
lighting as
you've
well.
already had some experience with third party building.
Yep.
I have no experience with building any buildings.
Okay.
I don't even build the Lego stuff. So,
Right.
so for myself, I would like to hear your take on it, and then I will go through and I'll tell you all my pet peeves.
Sure.
Right. So
Sounds-
why don't you take it away?
Sounds very positive for your end. But for mine, wasn't anything too special. This is definitely, I think, the longest I've had to spend on a building. Took 12 hours. I think for yours it took about 10.
Yeah, I did mine 10, but I didn't do any of the lighting.
I think, yeah, one large part was that took a lot of time was definitely the lighting. Compared to some of the other third-party builds, they're about the same. A lot of similar types of building techniques. The lighting is very similar as well. The, I guess, hardest thing was 3 levels of lighting. So this is the most lighting I've ever had to done. Ever did for a building.
Yeah.
And all the wires were all over the place, trying to fit everything properly. Even now on the sides, you can kind of see they're not all the best, but it is what it is. And especially for the lighting, the basement lights up well. The first floor and the outside light up well, but the second floor, it does not.
Okay.
So if you take this apart, which comes apart extremely easily, there is a contact patch for, I guess, the electricity to flow through, and it's very light contact patch. Doesn't actually work very well for me, so nothing on the second floor lights up as well. There are a lot of loose pieces, just like some of the other builds. The process of putting together, like I said, is very similar, but could have been done, I would say, a little better. Like, for example, for the lighting on the first floor, you had to have flipped the first floor around to get all the wiring done.
Right.
That step is instructed to you after you've put all the loose pieces at the back. So once you flip it over, everything just falls apart. You gotta do lighting again, go back, put everything back together. And even, as you can tell, when you have finished putting everything back together, this piece pretty much falls apart under its own weight.
Yeah,
It's not doing very well.
Yeah, so this is my take on things, right? Instructions were good. I really like the fact that they actually highlighted how many studs were in each piece, like with an 8 in a little circle.
Okay.
My main concern, my main pet peeve with the instructions was because there's such closeness in colors,
Yes.
it was very hard to tell which brick belonged to which color. And secondly, even though they had the 8 in the circle, it would have been nice when they went into the Docker prints to outline the bricks with a white line. Right? It would have made it much easier, much simpler, and I think that was one thing they could have done with the instructions. Other than that, because I didn't do the lighting, I found the instructions were fairly easy to follow. I didn't have any problems there. In terms of building techniques, it was very intriguing for me. The side mounting of the windows in the front panel, the weird door. The door is very unique on this building because it's got kind of like a half arch that it kind of has like a pressure open and close. It's kind of cool. Liked it. From the outside, the building looks really good. Like everyone that sees it says, "Oh wow, that's really cool," but it doesn't stand up structurally very well.
Yes.
I think it was overdeveloped in certain areas. Like they put a lot into the building, but they didn't structurally reinforce it. It's just almost like half structurally sound. So I don't know if it's the same way with Lego buildings. Like I said, I've never built a building before. But from what I remember from Lego pieces, normally the structure is pretty solid.
Yep.
Whereas I find with this one, like mine's very shaky.
Yes.
As you can see on the side here, I have no tree. I put together the tree, I touched it, it fell apart. I put it together again, I moved the building slightly, it popped over, fell apart. So this one stud holding the tree right here just doesn't work. the most favorite part of my whole thing is the sheep. I mean, that was the best thing about this building so far in terms of something I finished, I could play with, and it didn't fall apart on me. Because everything else I touch, like, let's not even talk about these two things, they just fall off. Like, there's nothing to hold them. I don't know about your base plate, but my base plate was completely warped. So if you notice, I put mine on a Mills plate on the bottom because it was the only way that I could get my base plate to. And even if you can see right now, it's very warped.
Yeah.
It was the only way that I could get my base plate to stay flat. And then when I built on top of it, none of the floors actually stay put. They're actually very loose and they can fall apart. I don't like the open back on it. I thought it was a complete enclosed structure. And that's another thing that I was kind of like disappointed. I wanted a closed finish because I've seen like Salt's builds and they're really nice and they're all enclosed, and I thought this would be that, but it wasn't. So I know I'm sounding a little bit negative, but aesthetically I think it looks great. Like it's a great looking building. When it comes to
if you don't touch it,
fit, finish, and playability, even trying to put it in the Lego City, I see it causing us a lot of headaches in terms of it falling apart all the time. I mean, the roof itself is completely unstable right now. But it taught me a lot about building techniques. So it's a bit of yin-yang for me. Positivity in that I completed a building for the first time. That was great. Negativity means it's not something I'm proud of because it's not structurally stable, right? So that's my conclusion here. Yeah, and lighting, forget about it. I started with the bottom lighting, and I saw this long strand of string here, or whatever you want to call it, wiring, and I was like, that's not gonna work for me. So I completely forgot about it at that point.
Yeah.
And I commend you for doing all the lighting, but then you've also had experience doing a little bit of lighting before. So yeah. So those are my takes.
Would you build again? Would you recommend this?
I would love to build again. I think
this again.
Would I build this? Would I recommend this for a beginner?
Yeah.
No. Even though it says 8+ on it or something, right?
That's just for small hands to get in the nooks and crannies to get the wiring. Me and Solka figured out the age rating pretty much only tells you how small your hands have to be.
Okay.
The lighter, the younger you are, the more intricate the sticker pieces are. The more painful it is to get all the little pieces where it's supposed to be. Aside from that, it's not a skill thing.
Yeah. So another thing that was really frustrating was step 1 was really nice and simple and short. Step 2 was so long.
Oh, the main form.
That was like the longest build. Like after finishing step 1, I was like, let's do step 2. And I remember that I started at around 8 p.m. and I was working till 2 in the morning on step 2.
Yep.
I think 2:30ish. And I was like, wow, that was a long step. It almost made me put it aside for a couple of days before I came back to do step 3 and step 4. I call it my recovery period.
Yep, it's misleading because the book will tell you you're done 25%. That was step 1.
Yeah.
So then the next one is just going to be 25 to 50%. Oh, it's going to be great. That took forever.
Yeah, exactly. It was like it caught me by surprise. I was like, this is taking forever. I'm not even halfway done. Like it was rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, would I build again? Definitely. I do want to try now a proper Lego building. Probably the A-frame or something like that. I think would be a good step. But you know what? That's the joy of brick building, right? Like I think when you look at it as a complete piece, it still looks pretty cool. Just my issues are very playable. You know, like structurally.
It looks great. Yeah. It looks great if you look from the front. If you don't touch it.
Exactly.
And if you want lighting.
Like I'm envious of your lighting, to be fair. I think your lighting looks really good. Oh, by the way, like this piece right here, the side, I'm missing this this red piece there. I'm missing it.
Oh no, me too. That's not supposed to be red.
it's supposed to be black, right?
It's supposed to be black.
Yeah, I couldn't find mine. So if you
Oh, so
notice,
it's not just mine.
it's the lamp is missing on mine
okay,
because I couldn't find that black connector.
Right. No, I
so-
used the red one. There should be a red one somewhere else in here, but I've borrowed and taken pieces.
Yeah,
kinda
I
wash it
probably
together.
have an extra piece that I could
Yeah.
use, the red one probably as well.
No, I
But
noticed there's a
couldn't
couple
do
things different. Like even from your porch, the flowers are in the front. Mine are at the back. I may
Okay.
have read the instructions incorrectly, and
Yeah.
by the time I've already put it together, because it's so fragile, I didn't want to break anything else. Because I
Yeah.
do remember, to get some part of this porch to work properly, you had to apply force upwards.
Yeah, yeah. yeah.
Every time I do that, something fell apart.
Yeah, yeah. So this is very structurally unstable. Like this front porch system
Yep.
looks really cool.
Yes.
But don't put like this whole section here
It's ready to
is
fall
supported by one stud.
Yep.
So if you move it and because it's not joined, it just breaks it apart and this whole thing collapses. Not to mention this one piece here is so shaky that it doesn't really hold
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Right. So like I said, these are things that I don't think they necessarily needed to put into this kit. Like the extra like banisters, or if they wanted, they could have made it a little bit
One
simpler,
long piece.
maybe, and made it more structurally stable with the roof, and maybe it would have been playable, you know. Because I just have a problem moving this around.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And I think when you have a Lego city or you have, you know, you're building something, you want to be able to move your piece around with some sort of confidence.
Yeah.
And I have no confidence moving. In fact, I didn't even bring this down here. Like I asked Sulk to bring it over for me because I was
Yeah.
like, I don't want to touch it.
Yep.
Right. And that's sad because you know, you build it and then you're like, ah.
Stays in place.
Yeah.
The reason we use the mill place is so that we can take out a piece, fill
Exactly.
out another one, and then
Yeah.
rearrange the city how we want it if we wanted to change anything. I have no confidence in moving this any more than
Yeah.
I have to.
I really like the table and chairs.
Oh yeah.
Like the fit of the chairs under the table is pretty cool. Like the chairs actually tuck into the table.
Well, that's one of the things that fell apart when I had to flip this over to get the lighting done.
Oh. Yeah.
Because the table is stuck in. That's great.
Yeah.
But the chairs, they're loose. So as soon as you flip the first floor over.
The rocking chair was cool.
Oh, you have yours outside. I was wondering where that went.
Yeah, because I was always thinking about sitting on the porch with a shotgun kind of thing, you know.
Well, you have a sheep to aim for, so.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the character to this whole build is a sheep. I'm in love with this little simple, cute little sheep. I mean, yeah, I was happy building him. It was like you know when you have an ice cream and there's a cherry on top. This was
That's
a cherry
cherry
on
top?
top.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
For me. Yeah, so that's my take. I'm very envious of your lights.
I'm envious you didn't have to go through it.
But yeah, I mean, definitely looking forward to the next build. But yeah, it was a joy, and it's fun to be back on the channel. I haven't been here in a while, but yeah.
Well, that wraps it up. Until
That
next
wraps
time.
it up.
Okay.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. If you have built this kit, let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. Maybe we did some things wrong. You know, we're here to learn just as much as you guys watch us. We're very new to building, so our experiences, you know, if we can get tips from you guys, that would be great. So, you know, drop a comment below. Let us know how you feel about your build, if you built this.
Leave a like. Give us a call.
I know that they have another set.
Oh, yeah?
They've come out with a newer building. I've seen other YouTubers have started building that one, so maybe that one's got a better fit and finish. I don't know, but I'm not willing to try another kit from these guys right away. Right? Yeah, maybe we should give. Hey, I think we should challenge Sulk to one of these.
We should take some of the pieces out first. Just
yeah. But yeah. So that's my take.
Yep.
I guess you can wrap it up.
Okay. Well, give us a like, leave us a follow. All right. Comment, like, subscribe. All right. We'll catch you on the next one. I am. Oh. Also, I forgot. We are on Instagram We'll be having a TikTok soon, as well as our website.
Yes, I
Yes.
finished. We've launched Conquest Lair. So if you like some of the kits that we're building, they are up on our site. So yeah, we have a bunch of kits, and there's a lot of new kits coming out all the time. So conquestlair.com, please visit it. We also do T-shirts and all the
Stickers.
merchandise and stuff, and we'll be constantly doing free gifts with purchase. So if you really want a kit and we tell you that it's online, just go buy and check it out, and we'll appreciate it.
All right. Well, I am Hulk. Have fun breaking.
And I am Bulk. Have fun building. Is that what he says?
That's what
Is that Sulks?
That's what Sulk says.
I
But
should
it's
come
okay.
up with
It's
my
okay.
own.
Yep.
Anyway, till next time, guys. Have fun on rails. No, sorry. Oops, wrong channel. Anyway, take
Enjoy.
it easy, guys. Bye.
See ya.